Let's go ahead and put the gain at 41. There's a trick to this tone patch, and I'll show you in a minute. And let's go ahead and put the level at 75. Okay, next in the chain, we're going to go ahead and put the bass at 50. We're going to go ahead and put the middle at 65. We're going to put the treble at 13. And the presence, we'll go ahead and keep it at 0. Now let's go ahead, for the purposes of this tone patch, see where the amp is on. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And you'll see why I did that. Let's continue. The bright, we're going to go ahead and keep the bright off, and the T-comp, we're going to go ahead and keep that off as well. Let's continue. Now the limiter, see how we have the limiter and the compressor? Let's go ahead and click the limiter on, is what we want. See the bottom right? Now we're on the limiter. So the threshold, we're going to go ahead and put it at 35. The release for the limiter, let's go ahead and put it at 35 as well. The tone, let's go ahead and leave the tone at 0, and the effect level at 72. Remember, I turned the amp off. I needed that amp, but I needed to turn it off too to get this. With the amp on. With the amp off. It lends itself more to what I want to do. So there are the settings for the limiter. Let's continue. And next in the chain, see the overdrive distortion? We're not going to use any overdrive distortion. Let's go ahead and keep that off. The noise gate, I have my noise gate set at 56. So go ahead. Also, when you're looking at my videos, if you don't have my dial settings, look at the tone knob positioning. So right there, that would be what, 1 p.m. on the face of a clock. So go ahead and you dial in my tones this way. So if you don't have 56, that may be 1 o'clock on your noise gate. So just go ahead and follow it that way. Excuse me. Now we're going to go to the EQ. Alright, the low gain, we're going to put it at -4. See on the bottom right, I have the EQ on. So put your EQ on. High gain, I leave it at 0. And then level, I have it at +10. Okay. Make sure I got my amp off. I got my amp off there. Good. Let's go back to the EQ. Okay, so we got -4, 0, and +10. Next in the EQ chain, we're going to put the low mid frequency at 1.0. Low mid Q, let's go ahead and put it at 1. Low mid gain, let's put it at -8. Sounds more country every time, doesn't it? Let's go next. We're going to go ahead and put the high mid frequency at 8.00. High mid Q, let's go ahead and leave it at 1. High mid gain, let's go ahead and put that at +4. Okay, so the low cut I keep it at flat, and the high cut I have it at 6.3. Alright, let's go next. We're done with the EQ. Alright, the reverb is off right now. For the reverb, for these tone patches, I'm going to put it at room. I'm going to go ahead and put the reverb time at 3.0. The high cut, we're going to leave it at 4. And the effect level, we're going to put it at 28. So this is the tone patch with no reverb. Turn it on. Subtle, but there it is. Now, to make it jump and stand out, let's drop that down to 245. It sounds equally as good, and you can save this also. So this is, it's not a tight slap, but a little bit more looser for rockabilly. So we're going to go ahead and put the delay time at 245. Feedback, just put it at 5. We're going to keep the high cut flat. And then the effect level, let's go ahead and put it to 78. And then this is what it sounds like off. Right? Now the 245 delay sounds like this. So again, this is not a tight slap, but a little bit more looser for rockabilly.